There's legit like professional level fireworks outside. So yeah. Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. I'm Heather and this is The Happenings with H.A.P. H.A.P. meaning my initials. I'm sure you guys have guessed it by the title, but this is going to be the TBR for the Reading Rush of 2020. I'm a baby newbie booktuber and this is going to be my first Reading Rush ever. I'm super excited. I definitely had to combine a couple of the prompts because due to work, I cannot read 7 books in 6 days. If I was still in quarantine, maybe, but thankfully we aren't where I'm at. But I still have a few options that I'm going to be looking at. So the prompts for this year are: read a book with a cover that matches your birthstone, read a book that starts with the word the, read a book that inspired a movie you've already seen, read the first book you touch, read a book completely outside of your house, read a book in a genre that you've always wanted to read more of, read a book that takes place in a different continent than where you live. So those are all the prompts, and let's get into the TBR I've created around these prompts. The first book that I'm planning to read for the Reading Rush is going to be The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I've yet to read any of her books. She did the audiobook for Pride by Ibiza Boy that I read back in June, and I really liked her reading style. So this book will fulfill a couple of prompts because I'm kind of cheating, but kind of not, because you are allowed to combine prompts. The first prompt that it fulfills is to read a book with the color of your birthstone. As you can see on the cover next to me, there is oranges in it, and my birthstone, since I was born in November, is topaz or citrine. So it's kind of a yellowy orangey color, so this fulfills that prompt. It also fulfills the prompt of a book that starts with the word the. This will also fulfill the prompt of reading a book completely outside of your home. Because I'm going to be reading this on audiobook, and I use my audiobooks for when I do commuting as well as eating lunch. So I'll definitely be able to knock this one out because it's pretty short anyway. This is also going to fulfill the prompt for reading a book in a genre that you want to read more of. This is written in verse, and I'm not a big poetry person. So this is definitely going to be outside of my wheelhouse. It's kind of why I haven't read it, just because I'm not really into poetry that much, but it's something new. She's also a woman of color. If you've seen the video for my mid-year freakout tag, I'm reading more own voices books, so books by people of color, and this will also fulfill just my own personal desire to read more books by people of color. So this one book is actually going to fulfill a lot of prompts. That's already over half of them down. The next book on my list is going to be The Body by Stephen King. This is actually the novella that inspired the film Stand By Me, which is a movie I've seen many times over the decades. And I've actually never read the book, so I'm really excited to read this. This book will satisfy the prompt of reading a book inspired by a movie you've already seen. This is also going to satisfy the prompt of reading a book completely outside of your home, because I'm going to be reading this via audiobook as well. Lately, I've been reading the Avatar: The Last Airbender comic volume bind-ups. So I knew I wanted to pick one of those for the prompt of the first book you touch. So we're going to cut to a video to see which one I ended up picking. And it's going to be the Avatar: The Last Airbender North and South. As far as I know, this one is going to be where Katara and Sokka go back to the Southern Water Tribe. So this is Heather from the future. I'm currently editing this video, and I realized that I did not name a book that was supposed to satisfy the prompt of reading a book that takes place in a continent that's not your own. And the book I was going to use for that prompt was Avatar: The Last Airbender North and South, but I forgot to mention it in the video when I filmed it, so adding it now because that's how professional I am. I wanted to have something shorter so that I could get some sort of good amount of books for the week. So comics, graphic novels definitely help, and the bind-up's about 240 pages, so it's a decent read still, but it's something I can get through really quick. Not gonna lie, that's why I did that. And I do actually have kind of a bonus book that I would like to get to during the week of the Reading Rush. We'll see if it happens, I'm not sure. But that book is going to be A Certain Age by Beatriz Williams. This book has kind of a goldy, orangish with her hair background. So I figure that this could also satisfy the birthstone requirement, kind of. But it's also just a challenge to see if I can read all 4 of these books that I'm planning to read for the Reading Rush. If I get to this, cool. If I don't, I don't. But I figured I'd throw in there a physical book to kind of make it a little bit more exciting. Because the audiobooks are pretty easy to breeze through, especially on a commute. So this will be my wild card one. We'll see if I actually get to it. And that's the kind of short TBR for the Reading Rush that I'm going to be doing. Like I said, I know myself, I'm not going to be able to read 7 books in a week. Props to everybody that is going to do that. You guys kill it all the time. But I'm really excited. I might actually attempt to do a reading vlog while I do the Reading Rush. Don't hold me to that, but I'm going to see if I can make it happen. Keep your eyes peeled. Either way, I'll have a wrap up of those books when I get to them and post about it, of course. But that sounds like something fun to do, so I'm going to try to do it since this is my first Reading Rush as a booktuber. So go big or go home, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to leave a lot of info and links below to the Reading Rush announcement video as well as their website so that you guys can join as well. If you only read 1 book, you only read 1 book. This is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to get people reading. It's just kind of us crazies that make it a real challenge for ourselves, but it's supposed to be a fun challenge. So I urge you guys to join the Reading Rush because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm super excited. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all later in my next video. Bye. This is also, she did I'm really trying, I don't want to say that. If you've seen my, I'm Heather. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm definitely, oh my gosh. I have 2 books to satisfy them. Oh my gosh. Lately he's been reading the Avatar the last time.